Hey there, fellow health warriors. Have you ever wondered if the food you eat could be secretly contributing to your arthritis pain? Well, you're in for an eye-opening ride because today we're going to uncover the 8 sneaky culprits hiding in your kitchen that could be making your arthritis symptoms worse. So if you or someone you know is dealing with arthritis, you definitely don't want to miss this. My name is Miriam, and welcome to Wealthify, where we explore the fascinating world of health and well-being. Today's topic is a game changer for millions of people worldwide. Arthritis affects not only the elderly, but also young adults and children, and it can be downright debilitating. But here's the thing, my friends. Knowledge is power. Understanding how arthritis can impact our lives and what we can do to manage it better is crucial. Arthritis warriors out there know how frustrating it can be when daily tasks become a challenge. But let me tell you, there's hope. Armed with the right knowledge, we can take control of our diets and make informed choices to help ease those pesky arthritis symptoms. Yes, what we put on our plates can play a significant role in either alleviating or aggravating arthritis symptoms. So, let's get started. Before we delve into the 8 foods you should avoid if you have arthritis, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on our health tips and tricks. Let me remind you to consult your healthcare professional for personalized advice, as what works for one person may not be the same for another. A balanced diet provides our bodies with essential nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that support overall health and well-being. But it doesn't stop there. It also plays a pivotal role in controlling inflammation, a key factor in arthritis management. Certain foods can either fuel or extinguish the flames of inflammation within us. By steering clear of arthritis-triggering foods, we can take charge of our well-being and foster a healthier, more comfortable life. Now, let's dive into our first set of arthritis-triggering foods. It's time to delve into our first category of foods to avoid if you have arthritis: processed foods. Now, I know they can be oh so tempting, but trust me, these little troublemakers might be sabotaging your joint health without you even realizing it. Processed foods lurk everywhere, from those fast food drive-thrus to the convenience store snacks and those irresistible sugary treats. But what's the catch? Why are these foods bad news for arthritis warriors like us? Here's the deal. These processed delights are often loaded with unhealthy fats, refined sugars, and a plethora of additives and preservatives. These ingredients might make our taste buds dance, but inside our bodies, they can trigger an inflammatory response. Ever wondered what those mysterious E numbers on food labels mean? Well, they usually refer to various additives and preservatives. While these additives serve to enhance taste, texture, and color, they might also trigger an inflammatory response in some individuals, especially those sensitive to certain chemicals. Or what about trans fats, which are commonly found in many processed foods? Those have been shown to promote inflammation and may exacerbate arthritis symptoms, but we will talk more about this later in the video. I get it. Sometimes life gets busy, and these foods seem like a quick and easy option. But just like the saying goes, you are what you eat, and if we're not careful, our joints might not be too happy with our choices. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up all your favorite treats forever. Moderation is key. Treating yourself occasionally won't hurt, but making a habit of consuming processed foods can lead to long-term consequences for your joint health. Let's talk about red meat, a beloved protein source for many, but one that might require a closer look if you're dealing with arthritis. While red meat can be a delicious and satisfying addition to meals, excessive consumption may contribute to higher levels of a particular fatty acid that's no friend to our joints. Here's the culprit: arachidonic acid. This fatty acid is a key player in our body's inflammatory response. While it's essential in small amounts for normal physiological functions, Consuming too much of it can lead to an imbalance that promotes inflammation. Arachidonic acid is abundant in animal-based foods, with red meat being one of the primary sources. When we consume red meat in excess, our body accumulates higher levels of arachidonic acid, which can trigger an inflammatory cascade that worsens arthritis symptoms. Enjoying red meat in reasonable portions and balancing it with other anti-inflammatory foods can help keep the scales tipped in favor of joint comfort. Also, if you're concerned about your arthritis symptoms, consider reducing your red meat consumption and exploring alternative protein sources, like poultry, legumes, and plant-based options. Incorporating more omega-3 rich foods like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, and sardines, flax seeds, and chia seeds can also help counteract the effects of arachidonic acid by promoting an anti-inflammatory environment. Instead, if you chose to incorporate more omega-3s into your diet but through supplements, it's essential to be cautious about the quality and content of these supplements. You see, not all omega-3 supplements are created equal. Some may contain a lower percentage of the active omega-3 fatty acids, like EPA and DHA, which are the ones that provide the most significant health benefits. Research has shown that for optimal results, a daily intake of around 500 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA is recommended for adults. However, some omega-3 supplements on the market may have much lower concentrations, making them less effective in supporting joint health. So, before reaching for that omega-3 supplement, take a moment to read the label and check the EPA and DHA content. Look for supplements that provide an adequate dosage to ensure you're getting the most out of your investment. Brace yourselves, health warriors, because we're about to uncover the hidden dangers of a common sweetener that might be lurking in some of your favorite beverages and foods. High fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS, is a sweetener derived from cornstarch, and it's widely used in the food industry to sweeten everything, from soft drinks and fruit juices to pastries and processed snacks. But here's the kicker. Consuming high amounts of HFCS has been linked to various health concerns, and for individuals with arthritis, it might pose an additional problem. The issue lies in how our bodies process and metabolize HFCS. When we consume beverages or foods containing HFCS, our blood sugar levels spike rapidly due to the high fructose content. This spike in blood sugar triggers an inflammatory response in the body, which can lead to increased joint inflammation and discomfort for arthritis warriors. It's like adding fuel to the fire, and it's essential for us to be mindful of the sources of HFCS in our diet. You'll often find HFCS in sugary sodas, sweetened fruit juices, and even seemingly innocent snacks like granola bars and certain condiments. So when it comes to satisfying your sweet tooth, consider swapping HFCS-laden drinks for natural options, like water infused with fresh fruits or homemade smoothies with low-sugar fruits. By reducing our intake of HFCS and added sugars, we're taking a positive step towards nurturing our joint health and overall well-being. Let's now dive into the fascinating world of fats, specifically saturated fats, and their potential impact on arthritis. While fats are an essential part of our diet, not all fats are created equal. Saturated fats, found in fatty meats, butter, and high-fat dairy products, have been associated with increased inflammation. You see, saturated fats are structurally different from other fats. They have no double bonds between carbon atoms, causing them to be solid at room temperature. When we consume high amounts of saturated fats, they can trigger a series of events that promote inflammation within our bodies. Picture your bloodstream as a highway, with tiny molecules traveling along. Now imagine a group of saturated fats joining forces and building a blockade on this highway, hindering the flow of nutrients and oxygen to our cells. This blockade isn't just a minor inconvenience. It signals our immune system to activate an inflammatory response, which is vital for protecting our bodies from harm. However, in the case of arthritis, this inflammation can become chronic and cause pain and discomfort in our joints. But fear not. With knowledge comes power, and we can make conscious decisions to reduce our saturated fat intake and pave the way for better joint health. Instead of high-fat dairy products, consider choosing low-fat or non-dairy alternatives, like almond milk or soy-based products. Swap butter for healthier options like olive oil, avocado, or nut butter. Incorporating more plant-based sources of protein, such as beans, lentils, and tofu, can also help reduce saturated fat intake, while providing essential nutrients for joint health. It's time to zoom in on another sneaky culprit in our arthritis diet: refined grains. While grains are a staple in many cultures, not all grains are created equal. Refined grains, such as white flour and white rice, have undergone processing that strips away essential nutrients and fiber, leading to potential consequences for who suffer from arthritis inflammation. You might be wondering, what's the difference between refined grains and whole grains? Well, let me break it down for you. Whole grains, like brown rice and quinoa, retain all parts of the grain kernel, including the bran, germ, and endosperm. These components are rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which provide a plethora of health benefits. On the other hand, refined grains are stripped of the bran and germ during processing, leaving only the starchy endosperm. This process results in a finer texture and prolonged shelf life, but it comes at a cost: the loss of essential nutrients. So, what's the problem with consuming too many refined grains, such as white flour and white rice? When we eat refined grains, they are broken down quickly in our bodies, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. The rapid increase in blood sugar may result in insulin resistance over time, making it harder for our cells to respond to insulin properly. Here's the catch: insulin resistance can lead to inflammation. You see, when our cells don't effectively absorb glucose, it accumulates in the bloodstream, causing oxidative stress and inflammation in our bodies. For individuals with arthritis, this inflammation can contribute to increased joint pain and discomfort. I really suggest you to incorporate more whole grains into your diet, and with a little creativity, you can create delicious, nutritious meals that support your joint health and overall well-being. Now let's talk about one of the most tempting and indulgent categories of foods: fried foods. From crispy French fries to mouth-watering fried chicken, these treats might be delicious, but they harbor a dark secret that can spell trouble for individuals with arthritis. The issue lies in the cooking process. When foods are deep-fried, they are submerged in hot oil, leading to the formation of harmful trans fats. We talked about them at the beginning of the video. Remember, trans fats are artificially created fats that occur during the hydrogenation process, used to extend the shelf life and improve the texture of certain oils. These trans fats are sneaky troublemakers that can wreak havoc on our health, particularly when it comes to arthritis. Imagine your joints as well-oiled machines, smoothly gliding and functioning without a hitch. But when we consume foods rich in trans fats, it's like throwing a wrench into those well-oiled joints. Moreover, the imbalanced ratio of fatty acids in fried foods exacerbates the problem by providing little to no omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for reducing inflammation in the body. It's essential to be mindful of our intake of fried foods, as these delicious treats can contribute to long-term consequences for our joint health. Now, let's turn our attention to something commonly found in our kitchens: salt. While salt is an essential component of our diet, excessive intake can lead to a slippery slope that might not bode well for arthritis warriors like us. You might be familiar with the term water retention, and that's precisely what excessive salt can lead to in our bodies. When we consume high amounts of salt, our body holds on to excess water, leading to swelling and bloating. This retained water can put extra pressure on our joints, potentially exacerbating arthritis symptoms. Not only that, but high salt intake has been linked to increased blood pressure, which can also contribute to inflammation in arthritis patients. For individuals with arthritis, inflammation can be the enemy, and we want to do everything we can to keep it in check. The good news is that we can still enjoy delicious meals without sacrificing flavor. Be adventurous with herbs, spices, and other seasonings to add zest and character to your dishes. Opt for fresh, whole foods and home-cooked meals whenever possible, as they generally contain less salt compared to processed and restaurant foods. And, as always, remember that moderation is key. Reducing salt intake doesn't mean cutting it out entirely. It's about finding a balance that works for you and your body. Now, it's time to address one of the biggest culprits hiding in plain sight: sugary beverages. These sweet, bubbly delights might be tempting, but they have a dark side that can exacerbate inflammation and joint pain. The trouble begins with the high sugar content in these drinks, which can cause a rapid spike in our blood sugar levels. When we consume sugary beverages, our bodies receive a sudden rush of glucose. And to cope with this surge, our pancreas releases insulin to help our cells absorb the sugar. Picture this as a roller coaster ride for our blood sugar levels. The quick ascent is followed by a steep drop, leaving us feeling tired, irritable, and craving more sugar. But here's where it gets even trickier. This roller coaster ride can also spark an inflammatory response in our bodies. Chronic inflammation, as we know, can contribute to joint pain and discomfort, making sugary beverages a real foe for individuals who have arthritis. Now I understand the allure of these beverages, especially on a hot day or during gatherings, but it's crucial for our joint health to be mindful of our consumption. Most of times, consider quenching your thirst with water, herbal teas, or fruit-infused drinks that provide hydration without the added sugars. And if you find yourself craving the fizziness of soda, try sparkling water with a splash of natural fruit juice for a delightful, low-sugar alternative. Now, let's talk about something that might be present in many social gatherings: alcohol. While a drink now and then can be enjoyable, excessive alcohol consumption can have significant implications for our joint health, especially for those dealing with arthritis. The potential issue lies in how alcohol affects our body's inflammatory response. Research has shown that excessive alcohol intake can trigger chronic inflammation, leading to various health problems, including worsened arthritis symptoms. When we consume alcohol, our liver works hard to break it down. During this process, toxic byproducts are produced, which can cause oxidative stress in our cells. This oxidative stress can lead to inflammation, and when it becomes chronic, it can exacerbate joint pain and discomfort. For individuals with arthritis, this inflammation can be especially concerning as it may contribute to long-term joint damage. The American Heart Association recommends moderate alcohol consumption, which translates to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. By adhering to these guidelines, we can reduce the risk of excessive alcohol-induced inflammation and better support our joint health. Additionally, it's crucial to remember that alcohol can interact with certain medications used to manage arthritis symptoms. Always consult with your healthcare provider to understand how alcohol might affect your specific treatment plan. And there you have it, my friends. The worst foods for arthritis that we should avoid to promote better joint health. Remember, knowledge is the key to making informed decisions about our diet and lifestyle. Before we go, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining me on this journey. Your support and engagement mean the world to me. If you found this video insightful and helpful, Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones who might benefit from this knowledge. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our empowering content on health and wellness. Thank you for being part of our wonderful community. See you in our next video.